Hello, this is Amanda Gutierrez, and I'm going to be sharing my testimony with you today. I want to start out by saying that at a young age, dealing with physical and mental abuse did a toll. I had no one to run to, nowhere to run to. So my choice was to run to alcohol, to run to liquor, to run to drinking at an early age, smoking at an early age. I started going to bars at a very young age. I didn't really get to live my young youth life. At the age of 13, I was drinking more than ever. One night at a club changed my life. I think I was around 17 or so. I had tried my first drugs, of cocaine, and while I was drinking, and that night changed my life. I was hooked. I loved the drugs. I loved the party life. I loved the cocaine. I loved the pills. I started doing it so much that I forgot about my family, my kids. I left them behind. I chose the drugs. I chose the party. Lost everything. I lost my kids. I lost my self-worth. I lost my houses. I had lost my cars because of drugs and alcohol. I had lost everything. By the age of 26, my life was bars and drugs and whatever I could run to try to fill in the void, the emptiness that the hurts have caused. I was drinking, I would say, about a fifth a day, smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Then I got diagnosed with depression, and therefore the doctors gave me depression pills, which I got hooked on, Xanax and all those pills that just made me feel numb and made me pass out. I got hooked on those. I would drink while I took those, and all I wanted to do was spend my day passed out and numb. I was so depressed, and I would lose jobs and just spend my time trying to gain money, going to casinos, trying any other way to get money just for my pills, for my drug habit, for my liquor. Well, it didn't last long because liquor and drugs don't fill in anything to make you happy. So after getting real bad on the pills, I started hitting rock bottom. I just, I went from pills to smoking crack cocaine. And basically after that, I was taking whatever there was out there, whatever I could get my hands on to try to numb me, to try to get a high. After a while being on the depression pills, I started cutting. So every time I would take the pills and drink, I would start cutting my wrist. I was basically going insane from that point on. I started seeing a psychiatrist. Well, they diagnosed me with a mental disorder, and from there on, I was basically like a vegetable, in and out of hospitals, being put to sleep, being numb. medicine just to calm me down all the time. I was done with life. I didn't want to live like that no more. I didn't want to live with the pain. I couldn't let go of the pain, of the abuse, of the hurt I went through, of just all the pain I went through all my life. So I really wanted to kill myself, and I didn't want to live no more. I was outside drinking one day, and I had 2 beers in my hand, and all of a sudden this group of people walk up to me, and they start telling me if I knew God. Of course, I didn't want to hear it because I was drinking at the time. And I'm trying to hide my beers while they're trying to pray with me. Well, they prayed with me, and that day I gave myself to God, and I received Him into my life. So that same night or 2 nights later, I don't remember for sure, I was gonna do it. I locked all my doors to my house. I grabbed a knife or a razor, and I knew I was gonna kill myself. I drank a fifth that night, took pills, and I was gonna kill myself. I just remember them telling me, God will save you. He'll bring joy and happiness in your life. So I asked Him that night, I said, God, if you are real. I cried out to Him, and I asked Him for His help. And I asked if He was real to help me, to save me from the pain. I passed out that night. I don't remember in the morning. I remember waking up with blood on my wrists. And all I remember is the first thing waking up is going to my counter. There's a card that they gave me for church. And all I remember was saying, I want to go there, I want to go there. Once I walked into the church, I heard His word, His truth, and I've been saved ever since. Romans 10:13 says, for whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. I called on Him that night. I've never felt so much joy in my life after He came into my heart. His love was so strong. His power was so strong in me that I was off alcohol, drugs, I was off pills, I was off everything in 2 weeks. I was clean. That's how strong His power is. After that, I was off all medications. I was clean. I wasn't even smoking cigarettes no more. I was enjoying life. A month after I was saved, I was going on the streets, ministering to other people, telling them how great God was. But before this, I never believed. People would tell me about God all the time, and I would laugh at them and tell them that they were silly. I would call them ignorant, that's all they talked about. And I would say, what God's going to save you? Until I experienced myself. He saved my life. He saved me from going to hell for eternity. And I like to share my testimony because I was out there at the clubs, working as a bartender, working in low places, in strip clubs, in bars. And now I have a life. I have my kids back. He's brought my kids back. He's brought me a house. He brought me a job. Everything He has done for me, it is through Him and His salvation and His truth. It is through faith in Him that I have been saved. And I just ask you to receive him too. We tell our testimonies for a reason. He wants us to tell about what he has done and all the good things he has done. And this is a good thing in my life. This is very precious to me, and he is very precious to me. And I just wanted to share my testimony, and I hope that you receive him into your heart too, to fill the void, to fill the emptiness, because there is nothing else. No liquor, no cigarette, nothing out there will fill the void, what that he could do. Only he can fill your heart, and only he can save you. Thank you.